Groundswell? What is Groundswell? Well, it may be mentioned as a social chain in which people use technologies to get the things they need from each other, rather than traditional corporations. And if you still wonder what it is, I would say the crowdfunding sites represent the Groundswell perfectly. Why's that? Let's come to the definition of crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is the process of obtaining needed services, ideas, or content by soliciting contributions from a large group of people, and especially from an online community, rather than traditional employees or suppliers. Compare that to the definition of Groundswell. You can find so many similarities. For example, you are talented in music. You have some fans, but you have no sponsor. You cannot find any record label to support you. There's no problem. You can just go online, surf to indiegogo.com and create a project. And then months later, your albums will debut in the number 2 slot on the overall iTunes music album charts. And that's the band We the Kings. Or if you have a great idea of an extraordinary product like the Pebble, but you find no sponsor and you have some doubts whether people will like it or not, get on Kickstarter. The Groundswell will give you a kick if your idea convinces them. Kickstarter and Indiegogo are just the most two famous and familiar crowdfunding sites all over the internet world. Along with the independent developers, the Groundswell is keeping the sites alive and helpful for everyone. And how do they do that? The first thing is that the Groundswell is listening to itself. Independent developers live inside the Groundswell. They know everything from the customer designs to the very raw ideas. And because they've been living inside the Groundswell for so long, they have been doing the market research for the whole time without having to spend a lot of money to develop a product that meets the Groundswell demands and requirements. And thanks to acting as part of Groundswell, those developers can easily analyze the pros and cons of the product and make sure that they won't make the same mistake as traditional corporations do. The second thing is that the Groundswell is talking to itself. Actually, it is the developers who do the talking to the Groundswell. Since the crowdfunding sites already created a community for the developers, all they have to do is making some viral videos, or they can blog, or use the social media, the social network to utilize all of the advantages. In fact, viral videos are maybe the best way for the unknown developers. If you believe your product is unique and amazing, just make some good viral videos and let the Groundswell do the sharing for you. However, making some good videos doesn't mean you are going to be successful with your project. It is the Groundswell who will decide to fund the project or not. There is always a goal for each project. When a project does not meet its goal, the backers, the people who love and fund the project, are likely to lose the money for nothing. In this case, they have to share your idea, your product around if they don't want the worst scenario to happen. And somehow, these people became not only your committed customers, but also the marketing workforce. This, as we know, is energizing the Groundswell. Every day, thousands of ideas are shared on the crowdfunding sites. Inspired by the success of other independent developers, some individuals inside the Groundswell create their own product and make it viral. It means the Groundswell is self-reinforcing and self-spreading. But more than that, the Groundswell makes the dream believable and achievable. Look around us. There are dozens of amazing things from the Groundswell that you may dream about when you were a kid. The smartwatch Pebble and the band with the Kings are not the only examples. We have a health scanner, Scanner Scout, which can predict your disease. We have the 3D printer Form 1 that can print anything in this world. And a virtual reality headset Oculus Rift that puts players into their favorite games, etc. Well, what I have been presenting may sound promising and interesting, But don't get too reckless because there are a lot of risks. You are in the Groundswell. It means no matter how well you can understand it, you cannot predict it. However, there are some secrets from Ignition Deck for you if you want a successful crowdfunding campaign. Number 1. Prepare your face off. You can use crowdfunding to help validate ideas before they are fully realized. But if your campaign comes across as half-baked, then your audience isn't going to invest. People don't want to back a campaign that's not going to work. Number 2. Strategic social media. You don't need a blanket presence on social media, though the wider you reach, the better. Pick the networks that best match your marketing and content strategies, and where your potential supporters are most likely to be found. 3. Produce a great viral video. Nothing describes your product better than a visual clip. Video clips give visitors a better idea of your project. They can see you or your product in action rather than clicking through a series of static images. Number 4. Create a helpful media page and communicate often. If you want to get more attention from journalists and the backers, you should think about this immediately. You've no doubt seen one of the most popular crowdfunding projects covered in the press, but this won't happen if you don't have a solid website and some press materials that journalists can download. Even if you are a one-man show, don't just rely on your Facebook page to do it all. If journalists cannot find some more information about your project or some high-resolution pictures to illustrate the features, they may choose to promote a different project instead. Number 5. Don't ask for money immediately. Tell your story and share your enthusiasm for your project, and people will naturally want to add their support. Remember that your supporters are giving you money with the expectation of getting something back. They want to receive a return on the investment, whether it's a physical product or an emergency relief operation that swings into action. So, for a long time, people have been using the social media and the crowdfunding sites to get the music they love, the product they want, and of course, the life they wish. And when the backers give you money, it means they believe in you and they want things back, the things that they could not get from traditional corporations. What else do you wonder about? Just blend in the Groundswell, think thoroughly of an idea, and let the Groundswell give you money to make all the things become real.